Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Are we getting a check 1 2? Guys, Steve. Test 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Hello, hello. You got it? All right.
Councilmember Reynolds. Councilmember. And then Isabel. Well, not real close. Not real close. Nobody can be real close. How's everybody doing? Okay. Yeah. Isabel, come over. Yeah. All right. All right. And let's see. Good afternoon, everyone. We are here today with our Commissioner of Health, Dr. Craig Humbaugh, who is right over here, and Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds, and Danna Aguilar, I hope I didn't massacre that, who's representing the neighborhood, and our program coordinator of Global Lex, Isabel Taylor. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining us today. We have some important news to share. I also want to welcome Bobby Sturgeon, there you are, and Stephen Moore, who are here from Blue Water Diagnostic Laboratory. We've been talking to Blue Water for several weeks about the program we're announcing today. The city is offering a series of free drive-up and walk-up COVID-19 neighborhood testing locations. We're responding to a disproportionate increase of cases in the city's Hispanic and African American communities. And so the first stop is in the mobile neighborhood testing program series is at Lexington's Cardinal Valley neighborhood, starting this Thursday at Cardinal Valley Elementary and continuing Saturday at this shelter in Valley Park. Getting people tested is vitally important. With COVID-19, sometimes there are no symptoms or it feels like an allergy attack. Some people continue to infect others because they don't know they have the virus. And the more people who get tested, the better we know what we have to do to slow the increase. So mobile neighborhood testing sites will be much more convenient for our citizens. Dr. Craig Humbaugh and I have been partners in the fight to slow down this pandemic. And we started back in March, which, Craig, some days feels like 5 years ago, right? And here we are again today. And so I'd like to ask Craig to please explain a little bit more about the program we're announcing. Welcome.
Thank you, Mayor. Appreciate the opportunity to be here and to talk a little bit about this initiative. First of all, let me reiterate that racial and ethnic minorities have been disproportionately and continue to be disproportionately affected by the COVID-19 pandemic in Lexington. About half of all of our cumulative cases of COVID-19 in Lexington residents are Hispanic or Black. Hispanic cases have risen in the past few weeks here in Lexington. About 30% of our current cases that we're calling every day at the health department that we're monitoring are now people of Hispanic origin. So Hispanics are at higher risk of being identified as a case of COVID-19. The average case in the Hispanic population is about 33 years, which is younger than the average across the board in Lexington. And that's really consistent with the younger demographic of this community here in Lexington. Although younger folks are less likely to have severe disease, as the mayor said, they can certainly pass it on unknowingly many times to those who are more vulnerable to complications. So these Cardinal Valley test sites, which will use the PCR testing method through Blue Water Diagnostics, will help to make testing more available to the Hispanic community and others. It's another opportunity for people of all ages, of all races, of all ethnicities to get testing here in Lexington. Finally, I can't miss this opportunity to remind people that controlling the rate of COVID-19 takes all of us continuing to work together as a community, as we have been, as the mayor talked about, for the last 4 months or so. Please continue to keep 6 feet apart from one another when you're in public spaces. Wash your hands frequently and often, and wear a mask to protect others. If you test positive, please be willing to take calls from contact tracers and talk to them, and to stay home until you are released from isolation. Thanks again to the mayor and to emergency management and to Councilwoman Reynolds and to Blue Water Diagnostics for helping to bring this initiative here to Lexington.
Thank you so much, Dr. Humbaugh. And now at this time, I'd like for us to hear from Councilmember Jennifer Reynolds, who represents this area. Councilmember Reynolds.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mayor and everyone else. I am going to be as brief as I can, but I will be repeating myself in Spanish. I just want to welcome everyone to the 11th District today for this important announcement. I'm also happy to serve on the Board of Health, and I'm thankful for this partnership with the city, the Health Department, Blue Water Diagnostic Laboratory, Emergency Management to make this testing in Cardinal Valley available to more Lexington residents. Also, thank you to Global Lex for their support and help in connecting participants with language access and the resources that they need. Bringing these tests to Cardinal Valley is a joint effort and one that has the potential to help a lot of people. Both Valley Park and Cardinal Valley Elementary School are common gathering places for the families in this area, which is one of the reasons why these locations were chosen. Since the rate of COVID is so high in the Hispanic and Latinx community, the goal is to make this testing as accessible as possible, breaking down normal barriers that would keep people from being tested. I'd like to remind everyone of the severity of this situation. Please come get tested for free. You are not alone, and people are available to help you, to connect you to the resources and services that you need in case you are sick and have to stay home. We all have an obligation to do our part in stopping the spread of COVID-19. Now that the weather is warm and people are allowed to gather in small groups again, it's easy to forget that we're still living in the middle of a pandemic. People are still getting sick and are still passing away. If we don't take care of ourselves and our families, we put them at risk and those in the workplace at risk as well. Please take a moment to walk or drive up and get tested over the next few days here in Cardinal Valley. You do not need an appointment, and whether you have symptoms or not, whether you live right here in the neighborhood or not, you can come and get tested. There will be Spanish-speaking staff on site the whole time, so that language access will be more available. Thank you, and please spread the word that these tests are for everyone. Thank you. Soy la concejala Jennifer Reynolds y quiero darle la bienvenida a todos al Distrito 11 para este importante anuncio. También estoy feliz de servir en la Junta de Salud. Estoy agradecida por la Asociación de la Ciudad, el Departamento de Salud, el Laboratorio Diagnóstico de Blue Water y la gestión de emergencias para hacer que las pruebas en Cardinal Valley estén disponibles para más residentes de Lexington. Además, gracias a GlobalX por su apoyo y su ayuda para conectar a los participantes con el acceso al idioma y los recursos que necesitan. Tener estas pruebas en Cardinal Valley es un esfuerzo conjunto que tiene el potencial de ayudar a mucha gente. Dado que la tasa de COVID es tan alta en la comunidad hispana y Latinx, el objetivo es hacer que esta prueba sea lo más accesible posible, rompiendo las barreras normales que impidan que las personas se hagan la prueba. Me gustaría recordarles a todos la gravedad de esta situación. Por favor, ven a hacerte la prueba de forma gratuita. No estás solo y la gente está disponible para ayudar y conectarte con los servicios que necesitas en caso de que estés enfermo y tengas que quedarte en casa. Todos tenemos la obligación de hacer nuestra parte en detener la propagación de COVID-19 o 19. Ahora que el clima es cálido, la gente puede reunirse en pequeños grupos y de nuevo y es fácil olvidar que todavía estamos viviendo en medio de una pandemia. La gente sigue enfermándose y la gente sigue falleciendo. Si no nos cuidamos a nosotros mismos y de nuestras familias, los ponemos en riesgo y a los que están en nuestro lugar de trabajo en riesgo. Por favor, tómense un momento para caminar o conducir hasta hacerse la prueba en los próximos días. No necesitas una cita. Si usted tiene síntomas o no tiene síntomas, si usted vive aquí cerca o no, pueden venir a tener una prueba. Cualquier persona puede ser probado en este sitio y va a haber personas aquí que hablan español para ayudarte. Gracias y por favor, compartan estas noticias de estas pruebas a todos los que conoces. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Councilmember Reynolds. Next, we have with us Danna Aguilar, who works at Cardinal Valley Elementary School and represents the community. And so I'll welcome Danna to the podium. Welcome.
Hello, my name is Danna Aguilar, and I work at Cardinal Valley Elementary. I am concerned about the growing number of cases in the Hispanic community of COVID-19. I think this testing in Cardinal Valley will be beneficial to help break down the transportation and language barriers, since they will have bilingual staff on site. I just want to let everybody know that this is a safe place and no information taken will be used except to keep track of COVID cases. It's important to get tested to help stop the spread of the virus. Make sure that you wear a mask when interacting with other people, and please wash your hands frequently. Please stay at home if you're sick to stop the spread. Hola, mi nombre es Danna Aguilar y trabajo en Cardinal Valley Elementary. Me preocupa el creciente número de casos en la comunidad hispana de COVID-19. Creo que esta prueba en Cardinal Valley será beneficiosa y ayudará a romper las barreras de transporte y lenguaje con personal bilingüe en sitio. Este es un espacio seguro. No se utilizará ninguna información tomada excepto para realizar un seguimiento de los casos de COVID. Es importante hacerse la prueba para ayudar a detener la propagación del virus. Asegúrese de usar una máscara al interactuar con otras personas y de lavarse las manos con frecuencia. Quédese en casa si está enfermo para detener la propagación. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Donna. Finally, Isabel Taylor, our program director at Global Lex, is going to provide a translation of the news in Spanish. Isabel has been working very hard to translate information about COVID-19 into the many languages spoken in Lexington. And I think we put you to work on that in early March. And she has really facilitated the numerous language translations that are on our lexingtonky.gov website. So let's welcome Isabel. Thank you.
Buenos días. Les voy a interpretar las palabras de la alcaldesa Linda Gordon. La alcaldesa anunció que en la ciudad se inicia y se ofrece una serie de exámenes gratuitos para el COVID-19 en varios sitios de la ciudad. Será para peatones y también para los que vengan en su auto. Esto es en respuesta a un aumento desproporcionado de casos en la comunidad, en las comunidades hispanas y afroamericanas. La primera parada del programa de esta serie de exámenes móvil en los vecindarios será en la vecindad de Lexington de Cardinal Valley. A partir de este jueves y viernes, el laboratorio de diagnóstico de Blue Water proporcionará pruebas gratuitas en la escuela primaria Cardinal Valley. Y el sábado, en el parque Cardinal Valley, en el refugio. Información en español estará disponible y habrá personal bilingüe para ayudar. Obtener exámenes para las personas es de importancia indispensable. Con el COVID-19 a veces no hay síntomas o se siente como un ataque de alergia. Las personas que tienen más COVID-19 continúan infectando a los demás porque no saben que tienen el virus. Cuantas más personas se hagan la prueba, mejor sabremos qué tenemos que hacer para frenar el aumento, dijo la alcaldesa Gordon. La ronda de exámenes de esta semana comenzará en la escuela primaria Cardinal Valley. Las pruebas se realizarán de las 9 de la mañana a la 1 de la tarde este jueves, 25 de junio, y de las 2 de la tarde hasta las 8 de la noche el viernes 26 de junio. El sábado 27 de junio las pruebas se mudarán y se darán en el refugio del Parque Cardinal Valley. Esas pruebas se realizarán de 9 de la mañana hasta la 1 de la tarde. Se proporcionarán máscaras a las personas que se examinen hasta agotar el monto que tengan. Una intérprete en español estará disponible. Gracias.
Thank you very much. And now we have Ruben Perez from the Health Department who will speak to Dr. Humboldt's comments.
Un saludo a todas las personas que nos están escuchando en el día de hoy. En la comunidad hispana hemos tenido un aumento desproporcionado de casos. En las últimas semanas hemos tenido casi un 30% de todos los casos en la ciudad han sido de la comunidad hispana. Algo interesante es que los casos que estamos teniendo son de personas sumamente jóvenes. Casi un 55% de todos los casos son personas menores de 35 años de edad. Entonces, esta es una población que cuando les da el virus no les da mucha cantidad de síntomas. Los síntomas no son muy fuertes. Y por ende, también cuando se enferman, les puede dar una falsa sensación de que piensan que tienen alergias o otro tipo de enfermedad y a veces no se percatan que es que tienen COVID-19. Por eso es importante que promovamos y entonces sigamos las reglas que estamos pidiendo a toda la comunidad en general. Y para recalcar de nuevo, queremos que las personas cuando estén en público usen su mascarilla. Número 2, mantengan una distancia física entre personas de por lo menos 2 metros. Se laven las manos con agua y jabón cuando regresen a sus casas y traten de no estar congregándose con personas que no sean de su familia por ahora. Sabemos que muchas cosas en la ciudad han abierto, pero no podemos tener esa falsa sensación de que el virus se ha acabado y que no está ocurriendo. Gracias.
Thank you very much, Ruben. Before we take questions, I just want to again thank all of the partners that you've seen, in particular our Blue Water Diagnostic friends. And we envision that this mobile program, the walk-up program, will be in some other areas soon also. So, what kind of questions do you have right now?
Mayor, could you clarify what day and time and location this will be from Thursday through Saturday?
It starts at Cardinal Valley Elementary.
On Thursday?
And do you want to speak to the detail of it?
Thank you, sorry.
Yeah, at Cardinal Valley Elementary. Come join us.
Sure. Hi, we are going to be at Cardinal Valley Elementary on Thursday and Friday of this week. I think we start from 9 to 1 on Thursday and then 2 to 8 on Friday. From there, we will come over to the park here, and from that time, our time will be 9 to 3 Saturday. We will have walk-up and we will have drive-through. So if they want to stay in a car, they're welcome to stay in a car. If, as you've seen, we're surrounded by a lot of communities with a walk, we will have a walk-up area as well, so they can do it both ways. So our goal is to make this as easy for them as possible, get as many people tested as possible, and move forward and so forth. So any questions about the testing or the sites other than that? It is a PCR test. It is a nasal swab, just for those that aren't familiar with the nasal swab that may be a little nervous. We have a trained staff that is committed to making sure this is a comfortable test for you. We use flocks that are nylon flocks, very flexible swabs that will allow the patient to not experience much discomfort as much as possible. So, any questions? And we also want to thank the mayor for allowing us to be a partner with the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anything else?
Mayor, on a somewhat COVID-related note, the public playgrounds, what is the plan to reopen them?
We're working on the plans right now. You know, as the governor has opened things and put out guidance, we have followed the guidance that he has put out. So we're working real hard on that, and we'll be getting it out to the public.
Do you have an estimated time on that? Somerset, Pikeville, and some other towns have already reopened there.
Yes. It's just taking us a little bit of time to, we have many, many playgrounds in Fayette County, and it's just taking us time to be sure we've got the plans we need to keep people safe. And we're also looking at spray grounds and whether we can go ahead and open those with safety measures in place.
Is there anything you could tell parents or families right now about measures you're looking at in particular?
Well, the interesting thing is, when you're on a playground, you generally want to be right there with your best buddies, right? Shoulder to shoulder. And that is not going to be what we envision if we're going to keep families and children safe. And so that's one of the challenges for our parks folks, is to make recommendations that will really truly keep people safe. So we'll be getting that to you soon. As you know, on the 29th, the ceiling of numbers of people gathering will move up to 50, and that will be for all kinds of things. So if you can be a little patient a little longer, we're getting there.
May I ask you for the doctor, if that's okay?
Yes, Dr. Humbaugh. There's some questions for you.
Sure. At this time, you don't mind somebody who has no symptoms getting tested? There are enough tests for even somebody who's
Yes.
feeling in perfect health?
Yes, there are, and I think, so that your question is about people who are not symptomatic being tested. My recommendation is always consult with your physician or healthcare provider, but there are reasons why people who are asymptomatic may want to get tested. So first of all, they may be a contact to a known case. They may be living in a household with a case. They may be a first responder or essential healthcare worker. It's important for them to know as they return to work, for instance, from an absence or a potential exposure, whether they're positive. So I do think that it's important for them to talk with their provider, and if they need, this is another opportunity for people to be able to get tested. Certainly people who are symptomatic and for other reasons may want to get tested as well. So probably now more than ever, well, certainly now more than ever, testing is more available in Lexington than it has been, in the past few months.
And then my other question is mass testing really the only way of neutralizing this thing? Because when you have a positive case, it's identified, isolated, and then the contact tracing process. I mean, without a vaccine, is that really the only hope?
So mass testing is a very key part of it. Or widespread, I wouldn't say mass testing, I'm going to say widespread testing is a key part of our control strategy, because as you said, we need to be able to recognize cases, identify them early from a public health standpoint, talk to those folks, get them isolated, and get their contacts quarantined. And that's a key part of the strategy. It's not the only strategy. We've talked about everybody has to do their own personal part in controlling the spread as well, but this is part of the strategy to control the spread. And so far, it has been effective in keeping the cases at a lower level. Can I just have Ruben translate my answers, if you would? Sue, before you. Can you do that? Thanks, Ruben.
En base a hacer las pruebas, le preguntaron al doctor Humboldt si hacer pruebas a la gran cantidad de personas era la única solución para esta pandemia, aparte de tener una vacuna contra el virus. Y él contestó que no necesariamente es una de las estrategias que necesitamos, en combinación con también nosotros poder identificar los casos, identificar los contactos y hacer que esas personas se entren en cuarentena, y al mismo tiempo también los demás personas de la comunidad tenemos que poner de nuestra parte y, como siempre, seguir las guías que hemos establecido para la ciudadanía, para así evitar la velocidad con que se propaga y en algún momento poderla parar lo más que podamos.
Sorry, Stu. Thank you.
What would you like to see in terms of turnout in response to the community in terms of numbers?
So I don't have, the question is about would we like to see a specific turnaround? And again, I don't have a number for you, Stu, but what I would say is We want anyone who feels that they haven't had the opportunity or the access to be tested and wants to be tested to avail themselves of this opportunity or any of the other testing opportunities that are going on in the city right now.
So, le preguntaron al doctor Humboldt cuánta cantidad de personas él consideraría que sería un éxito y él contestó que no necesariamente es la cantidad de personas, sino la accesibilidad que estamos proporcionando con este programa y que las personas puedan venir. Recuerden que son unas pruebas que no van a tener que hacer cita, pueden venir a pie o pueden venir en carro, van a estar disponibles, vamos a tener un cuerpo de trabajo también bilingüe y eso simplemente está añadiendo a la cantidad de lugares donde se pueden hacer pruebas en la ciudad.
Did you have a question for Donna? Donna?
Yes.
Do you feel like this will be well accepted? No hesitancy to participate?
I think that it will. I think that once they see that we're here for them and we're here to support them, they will come out and get it done. I always think that it's just information not getting to them in their language. So now that we're doing this together, they will be able to understand what's happening and get it done. La pregunta fue que si la gente va a responder bien en esto y mi respuesta es de que sí, ahora que les estamos dando la información en su lenguaje, en español en este caso, la gente va a hacer y va a venir a hacer lo que se necesita hacer. Anything else? Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Donna. Thank you. Are there any other questions? All right, thank you all for coming.